Hey, one of the things I wanted to do earlier in my earlier segment was to give you an opportunity to share your thoughts about step one. And I guess I was wound up about other stuff and wasn't able to do that. So anybody have any thoughts or reflection that you'd like to say or share about step one? You were looking around Paul's head, so just rocking. I know you did, but did anybody have any thoughts or reflection? Yes, sir.
Sure. I mean, when it comes to powerlessness, the idea that for me it's the first string. I'm powerless over the first string, and how my mind works against me in that regard. That's total vigilance.
What was that last statement?
Total vigilance.
Okay.
Being aware of being present. It goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Being present, aware of your emotion and your state of mind.
It's good.
Yeah, that's for step one is really about as far as I've gotten. But to understand that you're powerless over the first drink, the first use, that's when it snowballs.
And there's neuroscience evidence talking about your brain working against you because in fact one author says that your brain will literally punish you to try to get what it wants. And what it wants is what it's used to, or what it thinks is good for you. And just because it thinks that doesn't mean it's right, because it's only thinking that because of what you'd already preloaded into your thinking. And by the way, would that be low energy thoughts or would that be high energy thoughts? Okay. All right. Thank you. Well, yeah, but I gave you the thought. Any other? Yes, sir, Paul.
If you don't do step one, next January when we have our first meeting, you're going to be right where you are today. If you don't take the first step.
Well, it's hard to go forward, definitely. And but you know what? There's a lot of people that have they've tried to get by on going through it quickly or taking it kind of halfway and doing it. And maybe, I guess I have to disagree a little bit in this point here, is anything's better than where you were, okay?
But would that still fall under the category of unmanageable?
Yeah, our life is unmanageable. No matter, that's part of reality. It is what it is. Life is unmanageable. Now that's the truth, right? Life is messy.
Let me rephrase, if you don't do nothing, you're going to be where you're at.
There you go. I like that. If you stay stuck, if you continue to stay in the same place, in which Einstein called, if you keep doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results, that's insanity. And if you want to make a change, you have to begin, and you can either start now or start later. How about that? Yes, sir.
So I was thinking, not necessarily about step one, but just the steps in general. If you're going to start the steps.
Hang on a second. Hey, John, would you turn the thermostat down so the fan won't be on? Thank you, sir.
You know, my attitude when I first did the steps is that I was going to devote a week to each step. Because it wasn't going to take me that long, but I was going to make sure it took me that long.
Because you got this.
Because I got this.
Right.
You know, I didn't really need to work the steps. I was sober, and
And and you could have been one of those church people too that said, you know, I don't really need the steps. You know, it's just me and Jesus, and that's good enough.
Me and Jesus.
Again, that's sarcastic statement, by the way, in case anybody didn't notice.
So just real quick overview is that it took me probably 2 months to get to the first step, and then step 4 took me 4 months. And none of them took me a week, you know. But I've also worked the steps with many, many people between then and now. And I've seen people with the attitude that I had, and they weren't really working the steps, they were just reading through them with the attitude that they already knew the information. And so, if, you know, the old saying is true, is that if you really work the steps work you, not work them.
Absolutely.
You know, and you know, you gotta let it take the time that it takes. You know, and just because it's been a month doesn't mean that you're behind if we're in March and you're on step 1. You know, because by June, you could be on step 7. You know, you just don't know. You just don't know which steps are gonna take time for you. So, my encouragement would be is to just, you know, and I worked the steps many, many times, just not one and done. You know, and if you're like me and you have the attitude that you don't really, the information and stuff you already know, and you're gonna devote a week, even though it's gonna take about 2 days per step, because that's what I really thought. You know, just let it take the time that it needs to take.
So, what does it mean to work the step? I mean, what does that mean? I mean, just internalize. What in the world does that mean?
Apply it.
What in the world does that mean?
That means it's gonna hurt.
Well, now wait a minute. I don't want any pain. Pain. I want pleasure. I don't want pain. Avoid pain. Remember, that's our human psychology here. The questions in the book. I don't like the questions, so I avoid the questions. I want to work the steps, but I want to avoid the questions. Well, yes, I am. I'm going through the information. Oh, there's a.
If you answer the questions with the attitude that somebody could read it, then you need to redo it, because you need to answer those questions like it's a diary with a lock on it.
Ah.
Because if you're okay with somebody seeing your answers, you need to ask yourself if you're really working the steps.
Ah. So, what was your word that you said a while ago? Internalized. And that's more of mentally processing, going through who you are. It's you're working through it, and so it's not just reading it from what I'm getting from you guys. It's actually going through the information and thinking about it and being able to connect it into my life. Would you agree with that?
And having it change.
And then with the idea it'll change my stuff because I hear the story, I see the stories, and they can, if they can change, maybe I can too.
You know, you're talking about changes and talking about step 1, and if we don't start making the changes, even if we make mistakes, if we don't start making the changes we want,
Wait a minute. What'd you say? Even if we make mistakes?
even if we make mistakes,
Oh, that I have. When we make mistakes.
as step 10 tells us, when we make mistakes, but if we don't start making the changes we want, then the changes we don't want will make us. And
Ah.
you know, so it's kind of like if we don't make changes and stop. For instance, like with my health, if I didn't start making changes, which is one of the things where the doctor says you have to take this medicine every single
Good. Good. Anybody else have a reflection on step one? Yes, Robert. How do you know he's a gentleman? Just a joke. Just a joke. I just met him a while ago, and I. Yes. I think so. Awesome. It's awesome. Thank you. That's good. You created a thought there, Robert. You created a thought.
He's learning. You're not doing long enough, Doug. Oh, no. Now we got your work.
I'm glad you guys love me. Well, you made the statement, and the statement was, "I'm powerless." I think you made the statement, "I'm powerless with the first drink," and that I can't. And what that means is that I don't have the power to handle that drink. I have enough power. I could drink the drink, but what happens after that? It goes downhill quickly after that, right? So that's really a demonstration of extreme powerless after the first drink. Would you agree with that? Would you all agree with that? And so, but up to that point, knowing that I am extremely powerless after that first drink, and you do have some power not to take that first drink, and that's what you were saying there. But go ahead.
I would say that the powerlessness over the first drink is the fact that we are prone to take the first drink. I am going to make that decision at some point that I can handle it for one reason or another. And I'm virtually powerless against it. And unless I'm aware of that powerlessness, I will take the first drink. And once I do that, I'm downhill.
Right.
I've never had, I don't personally possess the power not to take that first drink. And so I have to be conscious of that. And then, in the Christian faith, it's for your higher power, if you will.
Sure.
You have to be conscious of that higher power and have faith that you won't take that first drink.
That God will help you, your higher power will help you to not take that first drink and draw from His strength to do that, and basically, I think you said basically the same thing I did, but with a little different twist. There's no power in you, but the fact of it, but there is no power in you to resist to be able to handle the first drink. To resist and handle the first drink. Correct? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm saying, I would say I'm powerless against the first drink in the sense that I will, on my own power, I will take that.
And I don't disagree with you on that. But that's what the paradox. I don't think you got here for the first part, the lesson that we had that Lisa was talking about, the paradox of power, and that is that we don't have power. In our addiction, we don't have power to deal with that right there. Okay, we're powerless in that. That doesn't mean that we don't have power in other places. And I think I mentioned that earlier when I was talking. And so I don't have power to deal with that first drink, but I have power. I call on that power. I make that choice, because all those are that's all action of power to do what I can do instead of surrendering to what I can't do. Does that make sense?
In that paradox, by accepting that you are powerless over that first drink, it gives you power to then choose to not take that drink.
Right.
By using the tools and the skills that you build through recovery,
Wait a second. I think you need to say that again, because that's a significant statement.
by using the tools and skills that you use, by accepting your powerlessness over that first drink, it then gives you the power to choose not to use that, not to get that first drink. That's what that paradox is by accepting your powerlessness. I know that I'm going to choose on my own to take it. I'm going to do that with my own understanding. But if you truly apply these steps, and by accepting that, you then give up that willful you, and you then allow yourself to be filled with another power. And so by accepting that powerlessness, you engage the powerfulness of decision making. And that's where that paradox comes in. So the willful us is going, I'm going to choose to do that again. But the new us, the recovery, the one who took step one and said, I admit I have a problem, that new us is saying, no, we choose not to. And so in that first step, the old us and the new us meets. And we may not grasp past that first step. And we don't really truly even fully grasp or start defining who we are in that recovery until we hit about step 4. But at step 1, we're just meeting. The old us and the new us are just shaking hands and going, hey, one of us is saying,
And we don't trust each other. And yeah, no.
we're just meeting for the first time, and it's that paradox. One of them is ultimate and has power over choice and decision, and the other one says, no, I have none. And you guys are just starting to meet.
Zach, you had your hand up.
Just for me, I think it's already been said, but the number one for me is I can't have it in the house, and I don't go where it is. Like I work with people, and even today I've got 14 plus years, but if I go to a gas station and get a soda, and I catch myself staring at the airplane shots on the desk, as I walk by at 14 plus years, I leave. Because I can get that soda at Sonic and not stare at alcohol. Because with my recovery, if I go on in and get my soda and I still don't buy the alcohol, for the next 30 minutes I'm going to be asking myself, you should have left. Because it's not very long, and I'm not staring anymore, I'm buying. So number one, we can't get to the place till we feel like we can handle it. We talk about that all night, and then, so I don't have it in the house. And then when that internal war comes, when life happens, or when my history crops up, or when, all those things that I still deal with that push me around, that I'm working on, that I haven't quite got fixed yet, when all that stuff pops up, well, I just want to have an excuse, because I've had plenty of excuses. And so then I got this internal war, the old me and the new me shaking hands,
It probably didn't take that long.
Yeah. Or you get the attitude that, that old person creeps back up and says, well, if we're gonna do it, let's do it right. We ain't no part-timer here. And so we talk ourselves into a relapse, and I love God, and I'm a Christian, and I'm not trying to say anything sacrilegious, but we blame a lot of stuff on the devil that we walk ourselves right into. And so, I think one of the best ways is to be real with ourselves, to understand that we're in that place of turmoil where that war is going on before we drink, and to use the skills and to do the thing that feels weak and phone a friend, even though it's not really weak, but it feels really weak. Using those coping skills are not just by yourself coping skills. Because if we could do it on our own, we would already do it, right? So
Absolutely.
sometimes you have to do a preemptive strike. You got to do something to rip yourself out of that thing, and bringing somebody else into it is a really good way.
Yes.
You call a friend to rat yourself out. They may call you tomorrow and ask you if you drank. And so that's one of the best things you could do is drag it into the light.
Absolutely.
So, I know it's just already been said, but
Drag it into the light. We want to diminish our darkness, drag some light in.
It reminds me of the stories that Ricardo used to tell all the time. He said you could always tell when they messed up because I was walking on the
Yeah, I love Ricardo. You were talking about that, and I don't remember where I was at, but Cox, Anthony Cox. There's too many Coxes. Anthony Cox. Anthony was with me, and we were making a call, and this person wanted to not use anymore. This is the last story, and then we're done. Okay, we're over time. And they said that they wanted to stop. He said, well, if you really want to stop, get those pills off that table. Pills are sitting right there on the table, and so if you really want to stop, like you said, we have to position ourselves where we're not looking at it, because we may not be looking at it anymore, but the picture is there already in your head, and that picture talks to us.
something as simple as, for a long time, the space in the cabinet where my Captain Morgan sat, it was empty months after the bottle wasn't there. Like it was saving a place,
You reserve that spot.
Yeah, if you have a reservation, you go check in,
That's what he's always told me. For the longest time, I kept saying, I'm still gonna drink. I don't have a problem with alcohol. Now, I get what you just said.
Ding, 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 ding.
But for real though, when you start thinking about it, more than likely you're gonna do it. And you just have to stop yourself before you do it. You have to
Catch it, check it, change it.
There was one thing that you had said one time that always ask yourself one question: what would the person that I want to become do? So that's another thing, and mindset is so important.
Well, I ought to write that down.
Being conscious of your mindset and where it's at, and I don't know, constantly several times a day, I may even, I'm asking God, change my mindset, get me, to where I need to be, because these masks, they just come and come and come, and before you know it, you've got somebody on that you don't even know who you are.
Give the line again. Ask yourself a question.
Yeah, ask yourself the question, if the person that you want to become, would they do that? Would you do that ask yourself if that's what they would do in your
It's good.
situation.
Good.
In any situation you're in.
It's good. Thank you.
You said it.
I know I did. I just.
I just
But
wrote
I'd
that
rather
one very
I'd rather you say it than me. May the Lord bless you and keep you, and may his face shine upon you and give you his peace. Amen. and make healthy choices. Make healthy choices. Hey, tomorrow's Sunday. It's church day. It'd be a good day to be in church. Wouldn't you agree? All right. Good night, everybody. See you next week. Bring somebody with you.